Hey everybody, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Prophecy Zone on this Saturday night. We have a special guest. Her name is Susan Puzio. She's from Prophetic News. She has a radio program on YouTube, Blog Talk Radio on Spreaker. Yeah, we just did 30 minutes of a show for no reason because we were not recording or we were not live. So I'd like to welcome you guys to the show. I'd like to apologize to Susan for being on that long without hitting any buttons or nothing. So I'm going to have to do this for a while before I can get the hang of some of this stuff. But anyway, Susan, you there?
Yes. Hiya, Phil.
Hello, welcome to this. Yeah, we're back. So sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the world system of the Antichrist and the mark of the beast. I want to first of all start off by saying that Susan was coming on my show and I was coming on hers a couple of years ago. Last time I've been on her show is probably 2020, and I can't remember the last time she was on my show, but I'm glad she's here. So we're going to play a clip, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the clip. So stand by.
We're on a jungle, and we have two big elephants trying to become more and more nervous. If they become very nervous and start war, it will be a big problem for the rest of the jungle. You need cooperation of a lot of other animals. Tigers, monkeys, and so on. Are you on the US and the Chinese side? Because now, progressively, a lot of people would like to see there are two orders in this world. This is a huge mistake, even for both the US and China. We need a single global order. We are on a...
I can't tell what he's saying sometimes. I don't know why. I didn't know. I thought he talked more English type accent than he did. That's a weird accent. That's not even
French.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. So that was Macron. And he was calling us animals. And he's talking about there's going to be a switch to a one system. I was talking to Susan just before we went on air, and we were talking about Babylon, and I was referring to how Babylon started off with one language, and God splattered them to the different languages, and they were independent countries. And how it's reversed. Now independent countries are being brought in as a global government, and that seems to be the case what's happening now. Susan, can you give me some what do you think about that clip that we just played?
Well, I think it's interesting that he's talking about governments coming together so we can be one. And he was just recently I think he went to China, where he met with Xi Jinping, whatever his name is, the head of the government there, and with Putin. So he wants the world order, and then he calls us animals. So what does he think about himself and his wife? Does he consider him, or is he an elite and he's not an animal?
Yeah. Well, that seems to be the case. They kind of think that. I've heard that before, not just with him. I've heard it with many other world leaders that we are useless eaters, especially in a lot of the writings, the authors, people write these books, and they definitely call us that in their writings and things like that. All right, let me play another clip.
Now, in the past, many tyrants and governments wanted to do it, But nobody understood biology well enough, and nobody had enough computing power and data to hack millions of people. Neither the Gestapo nor the KGB could do it. But soon, at least some corporations and governments will be able to systematically hack all the people. We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals. That's what we are. Now, control of data might enable human elites to do something even more radical than just build digital dictatorships. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it. And if indeed we succeed in hacking and engineering life, this will be not just the greatest revolution in the history of humanity. This will be the greatest revolution in biology since the very beginning of life 4 billion years ago. Science.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, wow.
So Revelations 13, 16, and 17 says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man buy or sell save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Yeah. That seems to be what's coming. Now, the hackable humans, you believe that that's probably the DNA. They're trying to hack the general makeup of a human being. What do you think about that?
Well, obviously they want to prepare us for the mark of the beast,
Yeah.
which as Christians we're not supposed to take the mark, but you see they're already planning it. So we see the Bible coming to life in our lifetime, which we probably didn't think we were going to see this happen, as it is happening when you have people actually having these conferences in different parts of the world, and they invite presidents and leaders of government and leaders of industry to these conferences, and this is the way they talk. These are speakers at these New World Order conferences.
Mm-hmm.
We never thought we were going to hear this kind of speech talking about we're hackable animals. We can have implants. We can control. It's a way to control people. Just imagine having these implants, and then we can be God. He doesn't believe in God, but they want to take the place of God.
Yeah. And then, the Antichrist would be like, he'd be like, I'm a big guy and you guys are little gods.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. The new order would be a part, like what, Babylonian Empire, or what do you think that the system would actually try to approach? Because it talks about a Babylon that will be destroyed in a moment of time. You think the United States could be Babylon, or do you think that it's talking about something else?
It could be. It could be. There was a book written about that by Jack Hook about America being Babylon, which is an interesting read. But it's also my friend Jackie Alnor wrote a book about America and prophecy, and she says we're the unwalled villages, and you can read that in Ezekiel. We don't have any walls, so we're susceptible to anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe we play a part in the end times, especially with the things that are happening here in this country, which are outrageous. What they're doing to children and how they're exposing children to pornography and to change their gender without telling their parents.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
isn't it? That's crazy. I mean, we are losing control of our kids, but also they talk about a generation. Or Adolf Hitler talked about at least Goebbels. Goebbels, I think his name is Goebbels.
Well, yeah.
His his what they call it, person that's in charge of affairs, that getting their name out and getting their
The
word out.
propaganda. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was the
propaganda
propaganda czar.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said if you repeat something often enough or frequent enough, people start to believe it. And then he talked about generations taking over a generation. And if you can take over just one generation, you can affect everything. And I believe that as well. I mean, even though I believe that the the generations are taking over multiple generations all at the same time. I mean, that's due to the internet and telephones, cell phones, and all these things. Because you go to the movies and you walking around, you see people walking around like this. Even I do it, and you're not paying attention to what's going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
It's just like robots.
Yeah, like robots. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they actually say that in some of their writings that we're going to have, this lady, I don't know, I think I still got the article, but this lady, or was it a kid? I think it was a kid. It was like a junior high kid. He had a dream that people were holding cell phones, or boxes. And they're walking around with boxes. And then this one lady said she had a flip phone. Well, she had a home phone. It says, one day we're going to carry this in our pocket, and it's a lot of people that told the future. I don't know if they actually just had a bad case of eating too much pizza the night before, or they actually just had a legit dream. Anyway, let's play another one. This is probably a good one right here, I think. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to play this one.
Just think of sensors planted into our brains. The opportunities are immense. And we have to prepare ourselves already now. History meets us now. And governments, as I said at the beginning, are challenged. Just think of sensors planted into our brains. The opportunities are immense. And we have to prepare ourselves already now. History meets us now. And governments, as I said at the beginning, are challenged. Just think of sensors.
Oh, dear.
A brain chip.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's what everybody would want.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Ridiculous.
that's supposed to take over the cell phone or something. They haven't even got to the glasses on your head yet, and they're
Yeah.
talking about brain chips already. Yeah. So I think the technology, a lot of this technology is probably here.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is the demons are the ones, just like the Bible talks about doctrines of demons. They go into the churches and get these men to write and women to write, literature. They do the same thing. And the devil, Satan, and I don't want to give them too much credit, but the demons, they're not stupid. They just like humans. A corporation might not, showcase a certain item that they want to showcase into Christmas. And they do it at a specific time where it's beneficial to them. So you can look at the new, these demons, they only want to showcase certain technologies at a specific time that's going to be beneficial to their system. So they're not going to just come out with something that they already got. That's why I think the metaverse took a while to get out. I think they already had a lot of this technology, and they just not bringing it out because it wasn't the right timing for it. So, brain chips. What do you think about brain chips?
No, I think it's a hard sell.
Yeah.
It's a real hard sell.
Yeah, it's a real hard sell.
Yeah.
Well, the Antichrist does get people to. It doesn't give a number. Well, actually, if I read the whole chapter, it says it calls it awe. Well, actually, on here it says awe, but it's probably not. Of course, it's not Christian, real true believers. But he's causing the ones who would do it and want to serve the Antichrist system and want to be a part of it. If you don't become a part of my system, you don't eat. And
Yeah. Well, the
so,
thing is, people probably would take the mark in their hand more so than they would take this brain implant, although they're trying to sell it. Elon Musk is trying to sell it as a way to cure certain diseases, that you can get this implant and you could be cured of Parkinson's or certain motor diseases. So they'll try to sell it like that.
yeah.
And I know you had talked before about Amazon and Walmart closing stores, and the Bible says that we'll see the days will become more evil than they ever have before. So we see where society has broken down, where they don't prosecute shoplifters anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they've had to close these stores down because people were stealing everything. And that's going to be more and more prevalent
Yeah.
as the days go on, when food is expensive. Food is
Yes, it
very
is.
expensive.
Yeah.
And if you have to feed a family, my goodness, you're spending twice as much as you did a couple of years ago. So
Yes.
people resort to stealing. And so, yeah, obviously they're going to have to close down more stores because it's not going to be beneficial financially. So there'll be, package delivery, and it'll be digital currency or credit card or whatever,
Yeah.
and cashless.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, they're closing the stores in Portland, Oregon, but that's not the only place they're closing Walmarts.
No.
They're closing them in Chicago. I mean, just
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And the CEO, just so y'all know what me and Susan was talking about, the CEO of Walmart was doing a I guess they meet in a certain specific location, and then they have the board meet there, and they have the yearly or quarterly meeting. And he said that he is going to close all the stores eventually. That's crazy. He's going to close all the Walmarts. And we're so used to Walmart, being a fixture in our everyday life. And he's going to close them and replace them with delivery type of thing, like Amazon does. So everything's going to be online, and everything's going to be deliverable. I'm a Walmart Spark driver. I deliver food and things like that. So right now, I can see that happening. I can see people.
Yeah, exactly. It's more
ordering food.
convenient.
Yeah, and if you
You
don't
don't
have
have
the
to
mark,
go. Yeah, you
yeah,
don't have to go and waste your gas and spend an hour in the store. And
yeah,
it's more convenient actually to do that. So, well, the fact that you can steal up to $999 worth of goods
and
in some cities.
still not go to jail.
Yeah, so it's a plan. It's planned that
Yeah,
way to break down society. So
yeah,
then they can implement their evil plans upon people. So we
yeah,
can see it. It's
yeah.
happening.
Now here's why I don't think Walmart will completely shut down. And this might make some sense. First of all, the right hand and forehead, they want you there. They want you in the store. So, and maybe the stores maybe Safeway, and some of you guys who know what Safeway is, and a Ralph's store, and Farmer Jack's, and all those, stores, Kroger's, they might become the new supermarket stores. And you have to show your face in order, like they want you to show your face. And I kind of thought of this. So they can do face detection.
Well, they do
And
the facial recognition. Do you
yeah,
ever see that setup they have where it shows you how many miles an hour you're going. They put those on streets, and when you're driving by, it says, "Oh, you're going 25." It's portable. They wheel it around. You ever see
Yeah.
that?
Well,
That's a facial
I
recognition.
do.
They are taking your picture.
Yep. They collecting data
Yeah.
on you. I think a good place to do it is where people always are, like high school, schools, elementary schools, airports, grocery stores.
Yeah, grocery stores. Yeah.
That might be the thing that we're talking about. They might be closing down these stores, but just an epiphany as we talk. I'm like, why would they do that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They might go to a certain level where they still have delivery service might grow, but I don't see them shutting down unless they shutting down some of these Walmarts to turn them into concentration camps. I don't know
Well,
why.
they're big enough. They're big enough.
Yeah,
But
they're big enough.
obviously, Amazon had a corner on the market, and he's making how many billions? What's he worth? 100 billion, 200 billion?
Yeah, he's worth a lot. He's
So,
one of the richest men in the world.
They might want to get in on the market share and take some of that business away from Amazon because, yikes, it's crazy.
For sure. Okay, I'm gonna play another one. I think this is our last. Well, I don't know. Is it? Now I apologize if I play because I don't know if Schwab's that does he have. I don't know if this is going to be 2 or I just made a mistake. But I'm gonna play it and I'll play the other one just in case. Hopefully, I can recognize if it's the same one.
Yeah.
Pivotal moment. I see several priorities for the global agenda. We must continue to fight against the global pandemic. We must revitalize the global economy and accelerate its transition to net zero. We must preserve biodiversity by deploying nature-based solutions, and we must narrow the gap between the rich and the poor to achieve more sustainable global development.
Yeah, I wish those clips would stop by themselves, because I'll be thinking I'll be doing other things and I can't really tell if it's it's getting ready to stop or not. I'm gonna play the second one. Hopefully, It's not the same one.
Pivotal moment. I see several priorities for the global agenda.
Is it?
We must continue to fight against the global pandemic. We must revitalize the global economy and accelerate its transition to net zero.
I don't know if that was the same one or not.
Yeah,
I must be I must have been really tired because I forgot to hit the
we must fight against the
button.
pandemic that they gave us.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that stuff. I'm not going to talk too much about it because they still got us on. They still got us on the leash.
Yeah, I know. They got you on that leash. I know.
Yeah, they don't want you talking about none of that stuff because
and that's another thing that never happened to us before, where we were being censored the way we are now.
Oh yeah, really bad too.
Yeah.
I think like I already got a strike. I've been on YouTube for I mean, at least the account been here. I really didn't get active on YouTube until June of last year. Yeah. So technically if you count all the first years together that I've done YouTube, I think I've only been active about 4 months out of the whole 12, 13 years I was on there. Yeah, I wasn't very active on YouTube. I was trying to, listening to God. At least I thought he told me to go on Facebook. I went on Facebook and, that's like you going into the hood, they're not nice on Facebook at all. So yeah, and then now I was on Blog Talk Radio at the same time, and that was pretty much I got a lot of people listening, but I didn't really do that as much either. Anyway, so what do you see coming down the pike? in relevance to the New World Order? I mean, what do you think would be the first catalyst for them to actually kick this thing in?
Well, it's kind of like what you're seeing in the churches. You see compromise, so people start compromising and not standing up for what they believe in, and then you have chaos, and they have that saying, "Order out of chaos." So you have chaos. You have people in government that they put somebody in government in this country, a person that can't even think straight. So what is going on? It's the whole thing is falling apart around us, and our only hope is Jesus Christ. That's our only hope. We can only put our faith and trust in him, because the things that we counted on before aren't going to be here
Yeah,
as the economies collapse and people gain control over your life,
yeah,
which is happening. Or they're trying. They do it a little bit at a time, but they're doing it.
yeah. You think that it's going to happen in a small moment in time, because right now it's progressing. It's been progressing to a certain point for probably over 100 years, but heck, probably 1,000 years. But it's really been progressing in the last 10 to 5 years. Then me and you's probably been doing a couple of shows during the time, and it's probably progressed in the last 2 years, because the time's getting short.
Yeah.
You can see things happening, and everything's coming together. The world's not falling apart; it's falling into place according to the Word of God.
Yeah, according to the word of God, it's true. It's all falling into place. The things that have been prophesied that I never thought I would see in my lifetime anyway.
Yeah,
And to
yeah,
see especially the propaganda, and it's outrageous. I know there's always been propaganda, but not like there is today.
no,
And
not like,
how people can believe the lie
yeah,
instead of the truth. We're seeing more and more of that, which the Bible talks about.
yeah. I mean, I never thought I would believe where people would actually buy and drink the Kool-Aid. You know, a lot of it's funny how they play words. They play with words a lot. The establishment, they play with words. Conspiracy theorists are run through the ringer as if we're some. For me, I consider myself a conspiracy theorist because, if I talk about Jesus, there was a conspiracy to kill Jesus. I mean,
Yeah.
it's conspiracy to throw your son a 16th birthday party. I mean, it's conspire to buy your wife a ring, which I'm gonna do in a little bit of time. Conspiracy is taken out of whack, and they want you to do it because they're fighting against the truth.
Yeah, exactly. If you have the truth, they like to throw that term out. Well, you're a conspiracy theorist because
Yeah,
you're telling the truth.
yeah,
So yeah, they want to make truth tellers look bad
yeah,
and look
exactly.
like the crazy people.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, they want to look like they have all the answers, and they've managed to do a pretty good job, though, of
yeah,
brainwashing. When you look
yeah,
at the people in this country, brainwashing a good deal of the people to accept a lie instead of the truth.
yeah. I mean, they do an excellent job,
Yeah, they
actually.
do.
And a lot of times they don't have to work very hard. If CNN can still be in business,
Exactly.
they're doing their job. I don't even understand how CNN can actually even function as a station. I don't get it at
Well,
all.
they're being backed by
Yeah,
powerful people.
by powerful people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I, you were the first person to make me. I kind of already knew. I just kind of clutched on to hope that the United States, I was in the military and I served my country, and I was hoping, that United States can still have function as a nation for a while. You're the first person to actually get me to wake up on Trump and all of these people.
Well,
That
it's very frightening, especially when you look at Trump, Mike Pompeo, Mike Pence, Newt Gingrich going to speak for an Antichrist cult leader named Mrs. Moon.
yeah, I saw your I've been listening to you when you talk about that.
Now, this is outrageous. And who
Yeah.
does Trump credit with introducing him to Mrs. Moon? He credits Paula White. So the false prophet, Paula White. And there is Trump and Pence and Pompeo and Gingrich all accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars from a woman that says she's God. Mrs. Moon claims to be God.
I thought her husband was supposed to be God.
She's now taken over because he's dead.
I didn't know being God was inheritance.
Yeah, she's now God and she's the Holy Spirit. And she has to help Jesus because Jesus was a failure. And she's the only begotten daughter of God.
And Trump can't see that.
Yeah, no. So how is he going to run this country? If he goes to speak for Mrs. Moon, and you can see it on YouTube. If you go, you can see my videos. You can or there's other people that have them. Trump speaks at Mrs. Moon, and he says Mrs. Moon is a wonderful person, She's a crackpot. She's saying she's God. What normal leader is going to go? It's like going to talk for Jim Jones, the cult leader that had 900 people drink Kool-Aid. What leader would go and speak for Jim Jones and say he's a wonderful person?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. When you get to be president, I mean, you have to be in a certain group to become president. I mean, and that's what it's not like I jumped on Trump, I'm support, I only voted for him once. And I didn't want Biden in at all because I just knew Biden was not feeling well. I mean, gee whiz, man.
I know it's bad, but
yeah,
it's bad. It's bad. The so-called president can't think straight.
I know, and it's like a movie. It's like wag the dog. It's like we could take a dead guy and make him the president. I mean, I honor him.
Exactly. We'll just prop him up.
I don't see it happening. I didn't believe it. When he won, because he goes, they go around saying he had how many votes? 80 million votes, and I don't even think he got 45 million.
He didn't. He didn't. No.
Yeah. So those computers. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. La 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 la. Yeah, I was gonna say something. I already got a strike on my channel for.
Yeah, I got a strike too
for saying
and then
something.
Benny Hinn's attorney had one of my videos taken down with a copyright strike, even though I didn't have anything on there that would have made them do that. But I decided I'm not going to fight with him. I just took the video down, but it was about him and Paula White. He didn't like it.
Well, I had some people when I had you on my show come in on my Blog Talk Radio iTunes section and really blast. I never told you that though. Really blast me and you on having you on there. And that was we had that there for a couple of years, so you can't say, "Oh, I wasn't on the show because of that." No, you were already on. I kept bringing you on over and over again after that. I even had you as a host. I don't know if I could share the screen and then show you. Let me see. I'm gonna try to, but I don't know if I can walk and chew gum at the same time. But let me see if I can pull something up. I'll let you see some of that.
The truth is the truth is the truth. So
yeah, that is true. It is true. They don't like it.
No, they don't like it. They don't like the truth, but the truth sets you free. Yeah. Hallelujah.
And I kind of enjoy having that. Them saying that because I knew that I wasn't the greatest show in the world, but but at the same time, it made me understand that, hey, somebody's coming after me, so therefore somebody must know something. They must know that we were quite effective on the
Yeah, it
show.
was quite effective. It's even like with Trump. We have so many Christians or so-called Christians backing him, and I tried to contact a lot of these people
Uh-huh.
and warn them about this moon thing, and I never hear back from the people that I'm contacting. I say, I want to know your opinion. What do you think about this, about them appearing for this cult leader? And
Yeah,
nobody answers me. So
yeah. I didn't even pay attention to it because it's too crazy to be true. Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Can you see the screen? I can't really read it.
I can't read it. You'd have to make it bigger. I'll take a
I mean,
screenshot of it and then I'll look at it later.
okay, cool.
I'll make it bigger.
Okay, good. Let me
Yeah.
come back to. I'm gonna remove that then. Yeah. So yeah, they got a little. It wasn't too nasty comments. They kind of tried to clean it up. I kind of thought it was from one of their organizations or something
Yeah. Well,
because it just
you
seems too
never
plastic.
know. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
never
don't.
know.
We'll never find that out.
No, you
But
sometimes you just don't know. But
yeah, you
I
don't
can
know.
accept criticism if it's true. If they're
Yeah,
telling me something and I'll look at it. And if it's
yeah,
true, yeah, then I can change. But
yeah,
if I'm telling the truth and they're criticizing me, then I'm not accepting it.
yeah. Well, they didn't like what we were saying. One of our videos, I took it off because I don't know what I was thinking. But me and you did a video and I put it on YouTube, and in about a matter of, I'll say about a week, well, 2 weeks, that video is at 70,000 views.
Really?
And I was trying to, I wasn't trying to turn it into, because I was kind of nervous that if I turned it into exposing channel, the prophecy zone is supposed to be like about everything. So I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just kept it up here. I should have just kept that up here because if it got 70,000 in about a week or two, it probably would have got a lot more. And then we had another video up there, and I think that was getting pretty popular as well. And I don't know who we were talking about. I think we were talking about like Joyce Myers and all those people. And
Oh,
I was downstairs. It looked like I was in a broiler room or something, like smoke or something. I was like, that's an old video. It probably would have been the first video I ever put up.
oh yeah, I know. I've got some old ones. Although I used to get tens of thousands of hits, and then after I had that strike, I noticed that my numbers went way down. So they do something then.
Oh
They do
yeah,
something with your algorithm or whatever. So
yeah. I think they even did something even before. I don't even be saying nothing. So I'm like, I mean, I think what happened is maybe I just ran into the algorithms being changed. And what it is that they want you to upload more often or else your channel will die. And they did that on purpose. So they can get, they want activity so they can make more money on their
well,
ads and
now
stuff.
they're playing commercials even without your permission. They're monetizing your channel and they're not
Yeah.
giving you any money. They're taking the money.
Yeah. They're taking the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
monetizing every channel.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, Susan, thank you so much for coming on.
yeah, it was great, Phil. Thanks so much.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have you on a couple months from here, and I'll make a
Okay
schedule
then.
of people to come on.
Anytime.
Keep watching. We're gonna get some more people coming on here and get some interesting interviews. Anyway, God bless you. You have a
God
wonderful
bless you
rest of
too.
your week. Bye bye.
Bye.